Hello and welcome to the show. I am back on a car mechanic simulator. We're going to be finishing off the GT40, hopefully going to be get it running, go for a test drive, and so on. The first order of business is I forgot a roller on the engine. I bought the roller, I just forgot to put it on the engine, so let's go and do that. Thank you everybody for letting me know about that. There we go. Important bits are now on. Right, then we have all of the running gear to fit. I'm really, thank God, I'm really hoping we've got large sections of these repaired. I can, of course, go and pull some off of the other car, the other GT40 we have alongside. We're going to need a few bits and pieces here and there on the whole. Okay, I say that. Okay, let's go pull this one apart. I was hoping to be lazy. That is always the hope, basically. The hope is always to be lazy and get away with pulling apart as little of this car as possible. Now, unfortunately, that is not always the case. We're going to put this one up on the lifter as well, because we're going to, might as well put both of them up, because we're going to have to be doing the lower suspension arms from underneath the car anyway. So, let's go and get rid of these, all of these bits, and fingers crossed they're coming off in, decent enough. I think I might have started work, I think I might have started work on the wonky, I did it with the RX-3, the one that I was using as a donor car, actually was a lot better condition parts than the one I was rebuilding. This one, they look fairly similar. Oh, we've got some completely buggered up rubber bushings. I also love the width of the tyres that we've got on the back of this. I don't know how massive the tyres can get on this game. I haven't really paid much. I kind of just put on whatever tyres came with the car, I just put them back on again. Just because I'm not keeping many of these cars. At the moment, sort of keeping cars, I believe there is a tuning DLC on the way. I saw somewhere that it was supposed to be coming fairly soon and that it was going to be free, which is nice to know. Because, yeah, with the cars kind of at the moment, I've tended just to, you restore them and you sell them on. There's not really much customization, not really much you can do with them. Didn't really see any need in keeping a lot of them. So I have, been just tending to get rid of them. And there's sort of things like tyres and wheels. I'll just put on whatever I have, because as long as it's got wheels on it, it'll, you can sell it and then you're sorted, really. I haven't actually experimented with how crazier wheels you can. I say how crazy. I had the silly muscle car on tiny tyres to begin with, but aside from that, I've not really done so much. I know you can't quite make sort of donks on here, but you can have some silly large wheels on cars that look rather misproportioned, shall we say? But yeah. Oh, is that where the steering rack is? Oh no, never mind. Ignore me. That was just a tie rod. From the angle over here, the angle I was looking at, I thought that was like a sat in the middle, and that was a steering rack. Still not found the steering rack. I mean, I know, classic cars didn't have the greatest of steering, but the GT40 was a Le Mans winner. It's got to have some form of... if this was the hot rod, I could understand, because there's not really much steering, I suspect, over on that Ford. Still not had any luck finding the pissing air filter that I need for it. It's one of those annoying things. I am stubborn, and I want to have that car built entirely from scavenged parts and bits found of cars. However, it's trying to get just the last single bloody bit is a nightmare. Every time I seem to find it in the junkyard, it is one that is too poor a condition to repair, or you search around all the junk piles for ages and there's just nothing of any interest. It's, a pain. The good news is, in my trips there, I have got a Porsche. So, I mean, that's something. We might work on that car next. I have got a Porsche 911. That was probably the most successful thing I've had trip-wise to the junkyard. I didn't find the bit I wanted for this, but there's plus sides. Right, we're repairing everything again, and hopefully we'll have enough to finish up our car. Well, there wasn't quite as much repairable as I'd hoped, having pulled all of the stuff off there. So maybe, oh no, what am I doing? Why am I putting it back down again? I much prefer working on the car down here, but I need to remember there is stuff that I can't do from down there. Suspension, bottom arm, I think we've got enough suspension bits to hopefully finish off. Now this car, I don't really care too much if I do have to buy stuff, but, oh wow, I really do have to buy stuff for this car. Jesus. The rear wheel hubs are terrible, apparently, on the... Yeah, we have to buy some bits and pieces for this. We've got plenty of brake pads, which is nice. Plenty of calipers, which is also nice. But yeah, the rear wheel hubs are apparently not in good condition on this, on any of these cars. We might have just about enough drive axles. We will have to sort out the wheels, of course, separately. They are a different, different thing. Oh, we're going to need a starter motor. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget starter motor. They're a real easy bugger to to miss. Lower suspension arms on. I'm wondering how much this GT40 is going to be worth when it's all done up. The engine is a fairly valuable one in this. It's a fairly valuable engine. Let's get axle cover. I think we needed wheel hub as well. Axle cover. Let's just go for that. Rear axle knuckle cover. That one. You know what? Because I can't remember. I will do things this way around. Oh, it's wheel hub, wasn't it? Wheel hub B is the other thing that we need. Wheel hub B. Yes, let's go to starter for a V8 as well. Starter V8. Perfect. And then we're going to have to pull apart. I want to remember when it comes to like running gear stuff, there is a little bit more involved. I say a little bit more involved than previous. I always forget. Oh, was this normal disc or vented disc? I think this was a normal disc. I'm not actually sure. It was a normal disc. Fantastic. I've got to remember that when it comes to like wheels and tires, I've got to pull them apart on the tire installer and whatever and so on. It's not quite as quick and straightforward as well it was in previous games. It's a tiny bit more involved, and we need to do the same things with the shocks. I need to not forget and leave that till the last minute. Right, starter over there. Have we got enough to put together the front of the car while we are here? I can't seem to click my way over there, unfortunately. Right, front stereo knuckle. Yes, we do have some of these. Do we have inner tyre rods? We have enough. Good. It'll be enough to get the car. Oh, we've got all of the outer tyre rods were saved. Of course they were. We've got enough bottom suspension arms. I think it was the top suspension arms we might not have in good enough nick. No, okay, we've got all of these. That's perfect. Quite helpful that this shares front and rears as as identical. Oh, we've got enough of those. Excellent. Oh, it's a happy days. We've repaired a lot of the front of this car. We will need vented discs, and we do have two of the things. And we have the bearings. I think we have the caps. We should have the brake pads and the calipers. It looks like we're going to get the entire front of the car done with the reclaimed parts. Brilliant. Oh, do we have these things done? Sway bars. Yes, we do. Excellent. And teleport. Click our way over here. Then just, yeah, suspension, shock absorbers, that stuff. And then the body work. I don't know. Can't remember how much body we've got left on this. We didn't have a huge amount of it to begin with. As with all of these junkyard cars, a lot of the body panels and so on are going to be missing, headlights and all of that kind of guff. I'm kind of curious about these mod cars. I haven't seen, and I don't know whether it'll be a thing, the liveries. I know there are a whole bunch more liveries added to the games, essentially standard cars, the normal cars, if you like. There's a whole bunch of liveries added for those fairly recently. I don't know if the mod cars actually come with liveries or not. I was hoping to go and paint this maybe in the Gulf colours, if that is a thing that, that we can do. If not, it can stay offensive blue, but if we can get it the Gulf colours, then we shall. Right, bingo, there's all the front done. Oh, we'll need to do a drive shaft as well, the magical drive shaft to nowhere. That can go in here. Yeah, with the GT40 being mid-engined, rear drive V8, game doesn't quite know what to do with all of that, so yeah, don't worry about the drive shaft being conky, doesn't matter, it'll work. Okay, now let's go and sort out. We'll pull apart the springs to get this, separate parts. Looks like these are going to be fairly good on the repairability scale. That's definitely a measurement of something. I don't know. It's a thing now, okay? Okay, two of these are fairly good on the repair. If it's below 15%, sorry, damage, it is not going to be repairable. So, like for example, the shock absorber and the rear spring are going to be useless. In fact, most of these, okay, a lot of these are complete garbage. Okay, I lied then. We might just about have enough put together between all 8 of them to make a full... God damn, might just about have enough. Shall we then start going... there's no point. There's no even point doing that one. Separate parts. That one there is a point doing. And... Oop, Take that. Let's try and get the efficiency on the go here. Let's try and get the efficiency on the go. Come on, go quicker. Take that. Separate parts. I'll separate those just because they're going to clog up my inventory regardless. It is literally all about trying to do as much as you can while you wait for these things. I mean, you can choose not to if you want, but I am not choosing to. And that one, yeah, I'm not impressed with the suspension parts condition going on here. It's a little bit of a shame, but there we go. Some of those, again, there's probably just about enough to make one good set. Is only going to be just about enough to make a good set, though, between the pair of them. Take that. Well, that's actually not a bad conditioned set of stuff. Right, take those parts, and then we go. Spam click our way through here. We've broken some stuff. As long as I think the GT40 has the same size tyres front and rear. I'm hoping it does, so we don't have the problem that we've still got with the hot rod in that we're missing a front tyre. And that's a bit of a bugger. Ah, crap. We do not have enough springs. It does look like we are only... I say it does look like we're only using front springs. It looks like everything is exactly the same on all four corners of this car. Let's just go and install this just to check if that is going to be the case. Double wishbone. Okay, no, it does... Okay, so it does have rear springs separate then. So that should be... Okay, fair enough. I thought it might have all four corners the same. It doesn't. Hold on a second then. Not separate parts, sorry. Join parts. Ah, okay, so there we go. I keep missing the rear bit. Rear shock absorber. We have got enough rear springs, so we're just missing a front spring. That's a bugger, isn't it? Separate those. We maybe have enough to do the to do all the tyres. I don't know. It's gonna be close again. Not separate parts. God damn it. Join parts. So we might as well do another rear. Yeah, we've got. We need a rear cap. Typical, we need a rear cap and a front spring. Right, rear... Okay, maybe it's not going to be under that. Rear shock absorber cap. It's in a slight different order to the way I tried to type it. Front spring. There we go. Not quite getting everything with reclaimed parts in terms of the suspension there, but fairly close. Fairly close. Take that, and then spam click again. Spam click our way through... I think we've done a fairly good job in terms of tyres. Take you, join, and then we needed rear, wasn't it? Rear spring, rear cap. Voila. Perfect. Now, install. We have got 5 wheels, and we have got 3, so it would be 3 2.5s at the back, 2 5.5s at the front. We've got enough. Haha! Happy days. Happy days indeed. Yeah, I thought they were big tyres. They're cool, I like them. And I think that's all of the shock absorbers done, maybe? Right, we will take you, we'll balance that, yes, balance the Typhoon wheels. We will install that. You can have we'll do a front there. Then we will run over to the car and fit the suspension. I should have put this on a different lift. I really need to move the hot rod. I really need to get the hot rod done. Honestly, the hot rod will be done at some point, and I need to drive that around like a lunatic. That's an 800 horsepower hot rod. I don't know, but I don't imagine it's going to be the easiest thing in the world to drive. I mean, it's got the same engine that we have. Actually, no, it's not got the same engine we've got in here. Of course it hasn't. It's got the overhead valve engine. This has got the... double overhead cam engine, the modern V8 essentially, on the go. Take that, so we've got, let's install another 325 on there. Yes, you can balance that one. And then we'll go stick, I think it was a 325 on the back. Let's have a check. Rim Typhoon, 325, there we go. Perfect. And... that's done there. Actually, yeah, don't dislike the Typhoon wheels too much on that car. There's no real good, like, mesh wheels to go with the classic cars, unfortunately. We kind of had a similar problem with the DB5, like the real classic cars. But there we go. We needed 255 now, I think? I think I did it that way round. Who knows? Yes, okay, so that's a 325. That'll be the other side on the rear. Done a little bit conky order, but never mind. Right, part mount, wheel, that can go on there. Our lovely, shiny GT40 well, replica, but nobody needs to know that, because I haven't gone through all the barns. I don't have enough barns to go through all the barns to necessarily find a genuine one, but there we go. How much is the shell of this one worth? Wow, bugger all. Bugger all indeed. And part mount, that will go on there. These are probably not the best ways to make money with this car. Certainly not when there's DB5s around. You know, that's always going to be the ultimate way of making money. There are a couple of other mods that I have installed as well. I haven't seen the cars come up. There is a Shelby Daytona that I am very much looking forward to the minute I see it, but shudder to think the price of the car. Apparently that's, you know, a great way to make money, restoring one of those. But yeah, I haven't seen one come up. I haven't seen one in the junkyard or anything for me to buy. The GT40, now it should be done, yeah, okay, so it's done mechanically, so to speak. We've got all of the engine, all of the running gear. It's at 38 grand at the moment for this replica. Now we've got to go and get the body. Get the body work installed. Front end, yep, that can go slot into there. I don't know if we have any headlights. I don't think we do. Oh, we do. We have a left headlight. Okay, that's cool. Hood, we didn't have on either of the cars, I don't think. We certainly don't have either of the doors. We definitely don't have the... Ooh, that's going to be real... How do I put... Ah, there we go. That's how we get to it. In through there. Oh, crap, both of those are screwed up. We don't have any doors. Definitely don't have any windows. Oh, no, tell a lie. I think we have, like, one rear window bit. I don't know whether it would have been... There we go, left fender. Did we... Ah, we did fix that up. Perfect. Right, so we need both doors. We need... we don't need a trunk. We do have a trunk installed on that. That's a normal way. We can open that now so we can get to that easier, I think. Oh, no, not move car. Oh, bloody hell. Assemble mode. There we go. Now we can get to that easier. Both doors, left side mirror, hood, right headlight. Let's just go to the body shop and I will forget completely. I could go through that like 10 times and I'd still forget completely by the time we got to here. GT40. Right, left door, yes. Right door, these are quite expensive bits. Front left door, front left fender? Not quite sure what that is, but let's get it. We, I think, need both of the tail lights, so we'll get those. We'll get the hood, front window, right headlight. Right, the right headlight. The headlights are more expensive than the windows. Jeez, I've just seen how expensive the front end and that's a lot of money. That's an awful lot of money. Ouch. Now, I get a slight discount because of some of the perks that I've leveled up. I guess perhaps this is where the money... Oh, no, don't buy a trunk. We've already got a trunk. That's what we need, left side mirror. I guess perhaps this is where the value... Or a way of getting the value for the car. Through... Oh, don't do that either. Go away, go away, go away. There we go. Right. Assembly mode. Yeah, by having very, very expensive parts in that kind of way. I guess it kind of makes sense in some regard. We'll see how much the car's worth by the time we've finished with it. That's the question here. Hood, we now do have one. And left door, we have... Let's get the roll cage. I don't know if I can complete the car. I can't complete the car without the roll cage because I should have put the... Hold on, take part off. Oh, no, wait. Normal mode. Take that off. Assembly mode. Oh, I should have taken the door off as well. I should put the roll cage in first. The way that this is working for the mod, of course, there isn't a roll cage option normally for cars, so they're using things like mirrors as a alternative name. So I will have to have the roll cage installed on the car for it to be counted as 100% complete, whether you want a roll cage in the car or not. Yeah, for the purpose of selling it on, for example, yeah, now we're starting to get the value up. A fair bit. 112 grand. That's more like it. That's more like it. Again, this is only a replica one. I don't know how much the actual one is worth. I guess the bits we have left to do are the interior, I think. That's about it. Let's go and move the car then to garage entrance B. It makes it much easier to work around on the interior when you can get to it. It's so tiny. It is remarkable for anyone who has seen GT40s in person, and so it is remarkable how low these things are. It was, well, the name 40, was it 40 inches? I think. I don't know my inches particularly, but yeah, that was how tall it was. It's a tiny, tiny little car. It's yeah, really quite something. Let's go to interior assemble. Do we have seats? Ah, we have one seat, so the Typhoon seats that go in this. Do we have a steering wheel for it? No, we'll have to choose a steering wheel for it ourselves. Interior shop. Here we go. Typhoon. Okay, I think it's supposed to have the Typhoon steering wheel. I'm cool with that, actually. That kind of does the job. I think that's what it's kind of wants it to have. You can put any steering wheel you want in any car, but I can maybe put different seats in this. Sometimes, some cars you can get away with different seats in it. There we go. That... Oh, no, normal mode. Okay, we're back into normal mode anyway. That is looking the part. Ooh, I'm quite tall, apparently. we can see roll cage. I mean, that door is going to be real close to my head. I can't actually close it from in there. That's a shame. Yeah, that door is going to be real close to my head. We need to put some oil in it. I don't think I have done that. Oil. There we go. Chuck some of this in. I'll make sure that we've got all of the condition finished on the car. I think mostly things like fuel tank and fuel pump. I haven't seen those, but I don't know if that's just because there was nowhere to put it, so it doesn't technically. Yeah, see, that says it's. Global condition is 78%. Okay, so we've got a couple of... Oh, I haven't put the lights on, of course. We haven't got the lights on. We haven't got a couple of windows either on the car. Don't mind me. It's an easy way to go through and check everything. Oh, okay, the trunk window on there. That's a left tail light and a right tail light and trunk window I didn't buy. Probably because it's called trunk window rather than GT40 something. Oh, no, that's interior shop. Don't want that. Body shop is where it's at. Trunk. Oh, okay, no mind. It's called GT40. I'm an idiot. I just didn't see it. I got distracted by everything being absurdo expensive. So that should be now everything done on this car. It is not quite. Oh, license plates, of course. Not quite done. License plates are needed. License plates shop. Shall we go for a? Shall we go with a French one just for Le Mans? That's what we'll go for. We'll go for a French one for Le Mans. GT40. There we go. That'll be our plates. We'll get 2 of those. It's quite expensive doing the custom plates. It's, well, 1,800 as opposed to, like, 200. However, why not? And then we need to go for... It's still slightly weird with the plates, like, not showing up. Oh, I say not showing up. Like, a temporary placeholder one kind of goes there. It's, yeah, slightly strange. But, like that. Confuses me sometimes. I forget if a car has plates or not because you see them hanging around. That's the car done. 140,000. It's turned out a little bit better in terms of money value than I initially thought it was going to be. That's pretty good. Let's go and stick the car into the paint booth. Or am I blind? Garage. The place is already in use. Oh, I think I still have something hanging around in there. I moved it into here to get it out of the way. Forgot about you. You can go and sit in garage entrance A. I think I'm done with you anyway, because you were just a donor car for the hot rod, if I remember rightly. Let's go and move you. You can now go into the paint shop. You can probably go and get sold, because I don't think I have any other use for you at the moment. Yeah, you don't have anything we need. Oh, let's get rid of you then. Sell car. Just yeah, get rid of the junk that I have lying around because there's a lot of it. Right, open door. Paint. Right. Do we have any? Oh yes, of course. We can have proper liveries. Fantastic. We could also have stripes liveries. I don't know what template. I guess templates if you want to do custom liveries for the car. There we go. That has to be done. Sorry, an offensive blue car. There are still going to be a couple of bits that are offensive blue because that's just how it goes. I think this change camera thing's new. I don't remember this. Yeah, the wheel arches are still very offensive blue, so it's still there. I don't remember the change camera being a thing. There we go. Paint, definitely worth $1,000 for that. And the GT40 with the offensive blue wheel wells is complete. Let's go and move you back to the garage entrance. This is where I go to test track and something doesn't work on it. Definitely put the oil in it. I think that's the only thing that we need to worry about. Yeah, because I was about to see the offensive blue showing through places. Okay, to the test track we go, and hopefully it'll be a good car to drive. Well, it is quite apparent that I'm a little bit too tall for the GT40. Yeah, I can't really see very much from there, so I guess we're going to have to drive the car from third person. Sounds pretty good if they change gear. Oh god, it's an oversteery thing though. It's very, very oversteery indeed. I mean, perhaps you might expect, well, I say you might expect, cars like this were not easy vehicles to drive. This is a very, very powerful car, especially considering this has probably got more power from the supercharged V8 than the actual GT40 did that ran at Le Mans. We're going to wiggle and wiggle and wiggle, and I don't think I've ever managed to get it to something near full throttle without a huge amount of wheel spin. The auto box in this is also terrible. It's really not doing a good job of changing gears. It's... oh, there we go. It's going to go real big sideways moment. I could do with it short shifting a little bit just so I could try and get some power down. Instead it wants to sit in gears until it's got to the kind of top speed of that gear. I hope that makes sense. It's wanting to do that, and that's just leading to the car spinning its wheels constantly. It's not really the ideal way of doing things, but there we go. Suspension is a little bit on the wallowy side, although a lot of cars in this game are. Again, let's not forget, this is a mod for the game. Oh, I'm going to loop the back end. We go about 200 kilometers an hour down towards the first corner, and right, yeah, this is a mod for the game, and the handling on it is not too bad. It's perhaps a little bit on the soft side, but a lot of the cars in this game, full stop, the handling physics full stop, are quite soft anyway. There's no option as of the moment. As I said at the start, the tuning DLC coming fairly soon, I believe. I'm hoping we can get some stiffer suspension so that cars stop wobbling around when it comes to the corners. We're going to run across the inside curb. Oh, may have just misjudged the width of my Ford. It's not massively fast, but the problem is more that the gearbox doesn't know what to do, because if I just put my foot down, we do that. With a manual gearbox, it'll be a lot more fun to drive. There's so much power in this that it's just being wasted almost constantly. They're big rear tyres. I don't think there's going to be very much of them left by the time that I've finished with it, because you can just put your foot down and smoke. And we're still smoking the tyres. Oh, not really. It's just, we could probably smoke the tyres all the way down the start-finish straight. Oh, you've got to put it up to a higher gear. Come on, wiggle, wiggle, continue to smoke the tyres. There's actually got more control doing this than I have if I try and drive it normally. We're still spinning the wheels here. Still going. Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Things have gone quite badly wrong. We clipped the wall. Apparently, that's what happens when you clip the wall. You spin around in a circle. Well, there we go. The GT40 is complete. It is, it's quite a cool build actually. I like this one. It's incredibly detailed for a mod on here. I really like the details of this car. Different sort of drive position. It might confuse the game a small bit with the wonky drive shaft and all, but yeah, good fun mod, this one to play around with. Handling is a little bit on the scary side, but everything with this much power is on the game, so not really a fault of the mod. The auto box is shocking, but we can make a lot of smoke with this car if we so wish. But there we go. Yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as ever, I shall link all of the mods used in the description so you can download them, have a play with them yourself. But until next time, goodbye.